All right, hello again and welcome everyone to G Squared Academy, where excellence is as usually epitomized. I want to thank you guys for all the subscribes, for all the shares, for all the likes, for all the comments, for all the questions that you ask. I'm really appreciative of this and all the interactions that we get through G Squared Academy. Now, we're not going to be too long, so we're not going to tarry too much. And as you can see on the screen there, we're going to be looking at how to write up a hypothesis. So how do you write up a hypothesis, really? So this section is, so yeah, you have your hypothesis to write. You have been given a lab, usually a planning and designing lab, and thing you need to ask is what is the observation? Now, usually in CSEC and CAPE, you're given the observation unless you're supposed to plan a lab for yourself for an implementation. Or in other courses, IB, for example, you're going to have to find your own observation. So you need to be checking around for your observation. So what is it that you have noticed? Did you have to be observant. You have to use those skills to determine what you have noticed. And you're asking yourself, what may cause this thing to happen, which I'm observing? So you're thinking all about all those things. For example, right? So you notice that the flowers near the pig's pen, they're not growing properly. And one day you notice the pigs urinating by the plants. So you're now thinking, the plants are not growing properly. So, you know, could this be the cause of the problem? Um, as to what's happening. Then, no, after you've made those observations, you need to check. We tend to say that hypothesis is a educated guess, and I guess the term educated there is the key thing, because you can't just say anything randomly. It has to align with current scientific information. So you need to check, what do I know about plant growth, and what do I know about pig's pen or pigs and their urine, etc. And how are the two things linked together for you to generate your hypothesis? So you have to be thinking about these things. So what do I know? What info content do I have on the subject, really? Do I need to do some research? Do I need to go and check further the link between the two things that I'm trying to investigate? Then, no, in our example, you can recall what you saw the pigs doing. The pigs were urinating by the plants. So now you may think to yourself, is there some connection there between the pig's urine and plant growth? Okay, is this the cause of the situation? So now you can craft your hypothesis. All right, so in crafting your hypothesis, try to make it in the context of a cause and effect. A causes B, or this is caused by something else. For example, the presence of salt causes nails to rust faster, okay, or cause the nail to rust faster. So you check on that. It's a cause effect. You see, salt causes nails to rust fast. So that's how you want to write your hypothesis. Now, I just want to note that in biology, your examiner tends to want you to give a reason for your hypothesis. It's not just about stating it. Generally speaking, in chemistry, we just want you to give a statement of what you believe to be the reason for your observation, right? And that's really what a hypothesis is. It's stating a reason for your observation. But in biology, they want you to give a reason. So here is an example. The leaves turn yellow due to a lack of nitrates, which are needed for protein synthesis. This is just an example of a hypothesis. So you are now seeing the leaves are turning yellow due to a lack of nitrates is causing the leaves to turn yellow. And leaves are needed for protein synthesis. The nitrates are needed for protein synthesis, rather, right? So now you can craft your statement. In our example now, a possible hypothesis could be, and here's one. I mean, you could come up with other things, really, but here's the one that I came up with. The pH of the soil is stunting the growth of the plants. So I'm now basically saying that there's something in the pig's urine which is causing the pH of the soil to change, and that change in pH is causing the plants to not grow properly. And that is my hypothesis. This is what I believe. Notice in my hypothesis, I do not use personal pronouns. I do not use any pronouns at all. It's just a statement. So you shouldn't even say I think. right? Because I is a pronoun in any case. And you shouldn't say I think. You shouldn't use the word think either. You should just make a statement as I have it here. The pH of the soil is stunting the growth of the plants. Okay? The pH of the plants is stunting the growth of the plants. And that is your hypothesis, really. So whenever you are given a hypothesis to write, just make your observations. Just to recap, you make your observations, you check what you know about those observations. So you do research, you check content, what you have learned in class, etc. And then you craft it in the shape of a cause and effect situation, not using any personal pronouns, but making a statement about what you think may be causing those observations. Now, before I go, there's one thing I want you guys to note, that your hypothesis can be very well wrong. That's one thing. Your hypothesis can be wrong. It's not about it being wrong or right. It just has to be testable, and you have to take a position. Okay, so you must take a position, and your hypothesis must be testable and or provable. Okay, so after you've gone through your test, you then say, okay, my hypothesis was wrong. So therefore, I have to re-hypothesize. Or my hypothesis was right. So therefore, it aligns with what I was thinking is the answer. So I hope you guys found this helpful. And please like, share, subscribe to the channel so that we can grow, so that we can know more about these things. Okay. So see you guys next time, and all the best in planning your labs.